What is going on, YouTube? Hey, Aaron here in the Riga. Update weak teams, so I'm in quite a mood, but this is the newest Russian heavy cruiser tech tree line to the game, Tier 7 Riga, with 220 millimeter Russian railguns. Now, I have not been having that much success with this ship. The AP has been very inconsistent to me. Now, the dispersion is okay. Now, obviously, you know, you're not going to get dev strikes on every single salvo, although this guy's turning out. I think he's stopping. We kind of calculated for the stop. Those are landing in the same hole, and we get 3 overpens. Let's see if we can get another right at the waterline. He's stopping. Need to watch our broadside because we can and will be yeeted. Now, okay, there's one Citadel, but I don't know if you guys have ever played the Kutuzov. I know if that was me in the Kutuzov, I would have been dev struck. So just what I mean, inconsistency. Now you can get some amazing salvos. Let's see what we get on the Nagato here. A couple pens, but also a couple shatters. I do know the Nagato has some tough armor. So let's position ourselves in the middle here. 4,000 or 5,000. That's not terrible at all, but I need more. If I'm going to be using AP, and this is kind of just my personal thoughts on it, if I'm going to be using AP on this boat, I need a little bit more. Like, there's an overpen and a bounce. ZF6 trying to do his job. Let's make sure we don't pop too much around this corner, actually. Two shatters and a bounce. But that's just what I mean. Now, it's a slightly angled Japanese battleship, so the armor's pretty decent, you know, but I didn't turn this right. Yeah. Thank God he's shooting HE. Kiting Iowa is something you don't see every day. I'm going to put that out because
Неполадки устранены.
blind fire on the Tallinn. 2 pens, 3 overpens. Is he gonna kite out? No, he's gonna sit there. This is every cruiser's dream right here, shooting at a Kutuzov broadside. 1 pen, 1 overpen, 1 bounce. And I think you guys get what I mean by inconsistency now. It's just inconsistent. We just back up. We should be able to just dodge. That might clear, might not. Now, this team needs to realize that we've got that side control, so we need some help in the middle here and on the right. Attaboy, Colorado. Now, we're doing okay, but like I said, I'm not getting the mass. Like, if this is my Baltimore, that Kutuzov was dev struck. Dev struck in that opening salvo. Now, that's a much better hit, slightly angled, so what I'm guessing is Wargaming has this boat over tweaked. The AP is way too strong. Did he put fires over us? He did. Fuck yeah, Carrier. You love to see that. You absolutely love to see that. Carrier player doing his job. And I get Citadel by, yeah, what's it called? Yeah, we're getting spammed though. We're getting focused, so we need to, cool it off. No? Why am I playing? Why's my AA not doing more? Didn't time that right. Didn't time that right. If this Iowa had AP, dude, I could probably be yeeted here. 3 more overpens on the broadside Kutuzov. Good news is we have map control. Our team is doing a pretty decent job, despite it being update week. Our carrier's played pretty well. He's got fighters going. Fighters chasing his fighters. That's okay. Let's see what we get on a deep... Oh, no. He's slowing down, but I'm guessing he's going to speed up. Yeah. That's a trolley salvo right there. This probably should be still a good hit. No, one overpin. One shell hit. This should be a Citadel, if I'm being honest. A German cruiser. Two more overpins. Overpins are going to ruin this game we're getting here. Mark my words right now. There we go.
Крейсер противника уничтожен.
And now we're going to go switch to the HE and show you guys a little bit of the HE. Pop our Hydra. We are in torpedo range of the Kagero. His engine's out, so we don't need to lead him that much. You do have pretty quick velocity on these guns. Pretty good HE salvo. There we got a little lucky with overpins there. I think the carrier still has his fighters over us, but we're gonna go forward and nuke this carrier. He's been dogging me the whole game. Fan of the channel, I see. Bye. GG's.
Вражеский эсминец потоплен.
Наша команда близка к победе.
There's one more destroyer. He's way out there. Yeah, let's move up. That's unfortunate. So we can get spots on that CV. Biker boy.
Наша команда близка к победе.
So an average game so far, chat. You know, on YouTube, but this is kind of the ship that you have. It's not. I don't expect this thing to be. No, I expect no one to call the ship overpowered in any way, unless you know they're running some build that I don't know about. Now maybe Von Essen is a viable option here, but we're running reload right now for Bendelli because you have a pretty long reload. On top of excuse me, my allergies still. On top of what's it called? Scharnhorst for dispersion because look, like just look at that shot. You know, like it's like you have those two flyers and then. Probably should switch to HE, but we're going to get a nice little aggressive push going here. Team has done a fantastic job, you know, just controlling the map and the match from pretty much the onset of the battle. Okay. Ochikov has a high caliber. I mean, like that. See that? See how far that spread out? Probably gonna get a kill on the carrier. They're short.
Авианосец врага потоплен.
Я guess to stop Santotelbian.
Nice work.
Thank you. Come on, come on, come on, come around the corner there, Comrade Thalin. This will end the game. Ochikov's gonna get it. Ochikov is smart. High caliber the whole game? Yeah. Ocean Breezer? No, never mind. Oh, got the Fiji, so we can save a few points. 12-second reload, and again, we'll show you guys the stats at the end of the game here. Actually, still might end it, but a very good ship, but not a great ship, if I'm being honest. I want it to be a great ship. I wanted it to replace my Baltimore. 220mm guns. It's every heavy cruiser's wet dream. Heavy cruiser mains, you know, just absolute, you know... Petropavlovsk, why are you smoking right now? And why are you stopping? Oh, this is frustrating. Just give me 5 kills, huh? That's game.
5 минут до конца боя.
We'll check the scoreboard. I'm guessing around 2,000 XP. Nothing, you know, super incredible, but I have a very good replay saved with Peak for a double feature. So this is kind of just the first look. First on the board, 2,400 XP. GG to those guys. GG's to our carrier too. Not rewarded on the XP, but he dropped fighters and attacked necessary targets, calling out things like that. Looks like they had 2 AFK. So 13 planes shot down. That's probably where we got a lot of our XP from. We're running Delightful, and we're running him without the specific perks to increase any further accuracy. So basically just Kuznetsov with a little bit of reload and a little bit of reduced spotting after, there we go, after, cruiser detectability. So I just like having my reload. You guys can like having your concealment, you guys can like having your torps, your rudder, whatever. I like having my reload. This ship it should be all about its guns, and honestly, I might switch the build because of that. But in the meantime, we're running Beyond Range, Intuitive. I really like having this. Punch Through, which honestly I might take off because is there such thing as too much AP pen? Wargaming has claimed that there's not. That this perk and Yamamoto don't add to overpens, but you guys saw it. So, and then Fixated instead of Fear My Roar. Now with Fear My Roar, let's go ahead and show you the stats first with Fixated on. With Fear My Roar, I think you just give up way too much concealment for this type of ship. In my Stalingrad, I run this perk, and I play Stalingrad almost like a battleship that can, maneuver and has a radar. So that's just why I differentiate there on that last perk. But hit points, pretty good. Excuse me. Artillery 220s, 17.7 range, 11.5 reload, so it's kind of like base Baltimore, but a little bit slower. I just, I like having that reload, and without the reload, I think it's like 13 or 14. I don't know. It's something crazy. AA defense is all right there. You saw us get down a few planes, but not mowing down squadrons like I feel like they should. Maximum speed 35, 34.5 there. Turning circle pretty big, and then a decent rudder shift time. If you play your islands and you play smart, you won't get yeeted. And then your concealment, it's a Russian cruiser, so it's pretty bad, 13.6. And we will go over that with the, Delightful perk attached. But here's really where the ship, if there's one area, if there's one kind of silver lining of this ship that's just kind of, I guess, overhyped in my mind, it's the armor. Now, obviously, we have the 25mm fore-end plating, but if you look, that's a 40mm icebreaker. So unless you're really hitting the top of that ship, battleship captains should take note of this. Unless you're hitting the top of that ship, you're going to shatter most rounds unless you got this thing flat broadside. On top of that, it has an incredible casemate armor. And if you don't know why, that's just kind of like the main belts of the armor here, of a 35mm top strip and 140mm side plating. Now, let me get my calculator out, because I know the 140mm can shatter Yamato rounds at angle. So, for example, if you're... Thanks, Wargaming, I really wanted to move the ship back. If you're at angle like this, which is kind of how I didn't really do it in the match, but if you're at angle like this, and they hit your side plate, I'm pretty sure a nuclear round would bounce off, but a Yamato shell will bounce off that 140 belt there. You can see it on the bottom. Now let's do, what is it, 460 divided by 14.3 is 32.16. So even a Yamato shell will bounce off the top plate of that the casemate armor there. Now at angle, obviously, if you're flat broadside, you have to be within the, like, I think it's 0 to 30, and then 30 to 45 is like you start to get into the auto bounce, but 0 to 30 is like the guaranteed auto bounce angle. 30 to 45, 30 to 45-ish is like you can pen, but you won't do a full pen. And then, 45 to 60, and then 60 to 90. 60 to 90 is like it's going to pen. It's just whether it's citadels or, overmatches in my case. But yeah, that's the armor. So if you keep this thing angled like this, to most battleships, you will avoid a lot of damage. Now, something I did notice kiting earlier is some guy in Riga yesterday citadeled me like 3 times through my rear. And if you actually look, that's not what we want. If you actually look at the back citadel plate, it's kind of angled. So make sure you just, you take note of that. But that's again, kind of a first look at the ship. Sure shot, they do have good ballistic trajectory, big guns, and superior AP damage. One of those is good, the sure shot. It makes it easier for aiming. You have less of a lead as you do in the Baltimore or other heavy cruisers. And then superior AP damage, I don't know about that. And the big guns, I think they just lead to overpens. I think Wargaming has the fuse timers, or whatever you want to call it, I think they have it overturned just a bit. Now, obviously, we can't. Of course, people make mistakes, you know, and people are new to the game. You can't have little Timmy downloading the game and playing the Omaha and getting yeeted every other second. But I learned very quickly at Tier 7 when I started playing the Baltimore, you do not turn broadside in front of battleships. And I don't know if that's changed. I don't know if it's new mechanic. I don't know. I just feel like you saw it in the game there. I had multiple broadsides many times getting countless overpins. Now, we did get, what? 3 citadels, so not completely useless AP, but still pretty decent. For punching like the sides of battleships. I have had a 20k salvo, but just also inconsistent to me. I wanted to check this, so let's check the detectability with this perk. I think it's like 14.2. 14.5, yeah, so that's too much for me. 13.6, that's almost a kilometer difference of concealment. And opening game, you just really need that to get into position behind rocks or, up against something. You can open water bow tank, but yeah. So final thoughts, it's a good ship. I don't think it's a great ship. The AP is too inconsistent for me. The armor is really good, though. So if you know how to, if you can mitigate your shell types, and get those lucky citadels that I can never really seem to get, this ship probably will be pretty good for you. Now, also something I didn't really mention is broadside. If you sit broadside, you will get absolutely, wait, which is there's the citadel. You will get nuked. I have yet to see one of these things get really nuked, and I have yet to be nuked myself. I've got a few citadels on my broadside, but man, the citadel is like, it's halfway up the ship, so be very, very cautious about how you're angling and watch your broadsides. But that is the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. The first look at the Riga. Not a super impressive gameplay, but like I said, this thing is going to be really tough to get the 500,000 damage games that you guys all like to see. So there's an average game. Playing it smart, good team play. Things I like to promote on the channel. Everyone have a great day. Like, subscribe, let me know.